Temple of Aothas is to our south. I should probably go towards the Black Hound Inn. Maybe we'll meet Aloth on the way there. Whoever this person is that's mysteriously showing up on my map. Slightly weird that he's already on my map. Unless I already know him, but I doubt that. Things are bound to get worse now. Oh look, a little gathering. Oh, this person has a portrait. Maybe they're going to be a future party member. Or an enemy. Aloth. You see 4 people gathered by the door to the inn. Their raised voices and chopping gestures suggest an argument reaching its climax. The first figure raises his hands for calm. His face is partially obscured by a hood, but his height and stature suggest an elf. Brother!
I meant no offense. Let's put this matter to rest over a round, shall we? My treat.
Uh-oh. This is not going to end well for him.
Hoping to soothe our pride with a few Adira coppers, eh? We don't need your coin.
The others, 2 folk men and an elven woman, don't look convinced. The woman crosses her arms and spits at his feet. Should I just watch for her now? Let's say nothing. Angry townsman. One of the other men glares at the hooded elf. His eyes are red from drink, but his gaze is focused. You've got a lot of gall mocking us in our own village. We don't take ill treatment from foreigners, especially not Adrians.
Go on. Say it again. I'm itching for an excuse.
The second man thrusts his chin at the elf. He stinks of sour ale.
Fie, you're itching for the kindling touch of your sister, you cocksfeather!
I like this person's voice actor.
I'll cut that barrel-licking tongue out of your head.
A collective cry of outrage rises from the 3 locals. The second man snarls.
This is a misunderstanding. I didn't say whatever it is you think I said. We've nigh quarrel.
Horror and shock paint themselves across the elven man's face in broad, hasty strokes. He frowns and swallows. He plants his feet. Something surly and raw flickers through his eyes.
That's where you're wrong.
The elven woman drops a blade. Well, this is now maybe where I'll step in. This guy's probably dangerous. He's got that. He gave a specific face reaction that makes me think that he's got something up his sleeve. So it might be a bad idea for him to attack these people. Let's see. I don't think attacking him is such a good idea. The 3 drunks scowl at you, and why's that? This is fun. Let's use some of my skills. Might, because then you have to deal with me. Oh, so that's just a threat. This will end badly is just a general statement. No intellect option, so I can't do magic detection. Although that kind of implies that he might have a magical inherent, and he might have something magical going on if that's something there. Perception. He's reaching for something, and since it's not the rapier at his side, it's either a wand or a throwing dagger, and you don't look ready to deal with either. Angry townsmen. They look at each other. One of the men gives the other 2 a warning shake of his head before turning to you. We're done for now, but this one better watch his step around here, because we're not going anywhere. With a final scowl at the elf, he turns to leave. Alright. Am I going to make a new friend? As the 3 stumble away, the elf turns to you, the tension almost gone from his smooth face.
Not quite how I hoped to get to know the neighbors. Thank you for your timely assistance with that awkward situation.
Let's see. You mean for making them piss their pants? You're welcome.
Well, that is one way of putting it.
He straightens his hood, and you note the remains of fraying embroidery on his gloves. His boots are caked with the dirt of many months' travel, but the leatherwork beneath it is sturdy and fine.
Well, I suppose introductions are in order after that little fiasco. Aloth Corvisor, at your service.
How'd you manage to get stuck out here? He laughs uncomfortably. That is something of a long story.
Well, I'm a wizard by training, and an adventurer by necessity. I was born in the Seathwood, part of the mainland of the Adir Empire, and both of my parents served the nobility, which afforded me an education for which I'm grateful. However, there were no open positions in those houses, and so I decided to seek new means in a new land. And how exactly did you come to be here?
I was traveling with a caravan, but we were separated near some ruins.
In Gwithan ruins? Oh, those can be dangerous places during the best of times, which these are not. In half the locals would arrest you for trespassing and the rest would kill you outright. I'm curious, what exactly did you find there?
He leans closer. Should I... I kind of want a friend, so I kind of want to just trust him just to talk about things. He's an elf, and he's mystical, and I've earned some points with him. Maybe we'd work together, and maybe he won't stab me in the back here. Several hooded figures operating a strange machine. Aloth goggles at you silently, apparently assessing your earnestness. Finally, he gives you a clipped, awkward laugh.
You do manage to find yourself in rather interesting predicaments.
Just how did you manage to cross those 3 drunks?
I'm afraid that was a matter of misunderstandings and mistranslations. It doesn't help that people in these parts remember their war with Adir like it was yesterday.
You did tell that one man to go fuck his sister. Ah, that. He clears his throat and adjusts his sleeves. As I tried to tell them, they misheard me. Happens all too easily after a few pints, and the accent doesn't help. I heard the same thing. For just a moment, he looks as if he's about to say something else. His expression brightens with mischief, but before he can speak, he forces a tight smile. Biting his lips so hard, you expect to see blood. Finally, his face relaxes and he shakes his head. I should speak more clearly next time. My apologies. I think this guy has some sort of dissociative personality disorder. Or Tourette's. Which is not the same thing, but same potential element of saying things that he maybe doesn't mean, or maybe another part of him means. What are you doing in the Gilded Vale?
An excellent question. I came looking for fresh air and cheap land. Instead, the magistrate gave me directions to the inn and a story about the local lord's expectant wife. But I take it that's a familiar tale.
He looks at the center of town, then cocks his head looking at you. And you? Let's see. I've been experiencing strange things of late. I'm looking for an expert on souls.
Indeed. The local lord has searched far and wide for similar specialists, and he has rid himself of them almost as desperately.
His eyes flicker as he looks you up and down. He nods at the gnarled old tree in the center of town. His darting glance takes in the tumbled down buildings and the fallow rock-strewn fields. I expect that such expertise would be best sought elsewhere. You don't exactly look like a settler.
Begging your pardon, but neither do you. Yet, circumstances can find a person in the strangest of places.
A sly grin crosses his lips. I should get going.
As should I, given recent events. It's just as well. I've had enough of the watered wine and lumpy beds at the inn. They say even the owner tired of the place. Just up and left one day. It explains quite a lot about the upkeep. Perhaps I could join you. I could use a change of scenery, and I find it's better to travel in numbers.
He gives you a guardedly hopeful look. Well, I certainly want to meet this character. Let's see how this goes. All right, so do I. Let's go then.
Excellent. I shall follow you.
And awkwardly, we have 2 ranged characters now to deal with, and 1 melee character, so we will see how we can make this work, because this could be awkward. We'll give it our best go. Alright, so we just gained ourselves a friend, Aloth. He'll help replace all the dead people that I used to know. He's a 2nd level wizard. He's also a wood elf. What a nice coincidence. Different backgrounds. He's apparently a member of Gentry. Mr. Aloth. 120 hit points, so half as many hit points as me. Also less endurance. So he's a squishy one. Probably gonna want to put him a bit in the back even, just to keep him from getting hit too hard. Let's see. Try a slightly different pattern here. Oh wait, I didn't actually select that one, did I? Try it again. There we go. So that's the wolf in the front, and us trailing behind with him in the farthest back because he's very squishy. So, I'm going to take a break here, guys, but thanks for watching like always, and we'll see how things progress with Aloth here. A lot of stuff happened in this episode with the, everyone, well, we lost 2 party members, gained 1, everything's crazy and awful here. This is the beginnings of a beautiful, beautiful journey with a lot of gore and horrible deaths and, you know, fun stuff. Alright, I went ahead and rebound our controls. So WASD now controls the camera. So nice. And then I can press Q to go slow, and E to go fast. So slow, fast, or like just the left and right of WASD. So that just makes sense. And you press it twice to go back to normal. Okay, so what kind of stuff does our friend start with, Mr. Aloth? You have Aloth's leather armor, 6 damage reduction, recovery speed minus 30%. Property is overseeing. What does that mean? 1.1 times the ability area of effect. So his AoE spells have a 10% larger area. Stiffer and more durable than ordinary hide armor, leather armor is shaped and boiled in oil to achieve its distinctive finish and toughness. Leather armor is often chosen by adventurers who want a balance of protection and speed. You have it's his grimoire. So it's got there's some sort of system here where you pick a whole bunch of different spells here. So his first level spells are Archimir's Dazzling Lights. Attacks Reflex. Okay. Overwhelms anyone in... right click for details. Overwhelms anyone in area of effect with a brilliant and bewildering pyrotechnic display, decreasing their will and leaving them dazed. And the tutorial just showed up and then disappeared without me noticing it. That's probably a really important tutorial about how spells work. Whoops. It has a 6 meter AoE. No, it has a 6 meter range, about a 2 meter AoE. Oh, it's a radius, so it's a 6. That makes it about a 4 meter diameter, which is a pretty big area. Minus 10 will minus 10 will and dazed if we can work against their reflex. What does dazed do? Reduces accuracy, dexterity, perception, and intellect. Wow. Minus 10 accuracy, minus 2 dexterity, perception, intellect, and speed reduced by 15%. So dazed is pretty effective. So that's a nice enemy debuff, basically. Fan of Flames creates a cone of fire in front of the caster, causing burn damage to anyone in the AoE. That's a cone attack. High burn damage, it looks like, and it has to go against their reflex ability. Calicoth's Sunless Grasp. The caster's hands become so cold as to freeze what they touch. Does freeze damage to a target and reduces its accuracy. It has a chance to freeze. It does damage. It works against their deflection instead of their reflex. Minoletta's minor missiles. Summons 3 spell missiles that batter the target, inflicting crush damage. Relatively low damage, once again works against accuracy, but there's 3 attacks, and it's fast. Wizard's Double. Also, these are all first level spells apparently, and creates a duplicate of the caster to distract enemies, granting the caster a high deflection bonus against a single attack. Plus 20 deflection bonus until damaged. So it only lasts until they successfully hit you, but it's a nice increased chance of success there. So looking at the right side of the screen, it looks like I can only equip these 4 at a time, because there's a specific number of slots given to me on the screen. I might be able to increase my number of slots over time, because there's definitely more space on the right side of the screen, indicating there might be more slots to unlock. Oh, that's just the... I was looking at the question mark, thinking that might bring the tutorial back up. So if I want to bring up Wizard's Double, for example, do I have to unequip one of these? Yes, I do. Okay. So do I want all of these around at once, or would it be handy to have Wizard's Double? We'll start off with just his elemental attacks, and we'll see if Wizard Double comes in handy later. I should probably find a shop or something to see if I can sell off some of these pieces of equipment that I have, because a lot of them are not immediately useful to me. Oh yeah, does he also, let's see, his weapons. A Scepter. Oh, 2-handed, so it's like a staff, not a wand, for example. Scepters are the most imperious-looking magical implements and are often favored by Edwin wizards for this reason. Like wands and rods, they have flexible damage types. Looks like it does... This one does crush slash. Okay. He also has a rapier, so he has a melee weapon if he needs to. Light and fast rapiers are precise weapons favored by urban duelists. They are not known for being especially powerful, but a skilled wielder can rely on rapiers to accurately land blows. 8 to 13 damage. So not very strong, but it could be handy if this person gets into melee range, which is entirely possible right now because we don't have a lot of backup. We only have 1 melee character in our current party setup. So, looking at our journal, our current objective is that we're best off trying to rest, try to recover from our illness, and see what happens in this town the next day. It's conceivable that's not the best idea. Since this is an open RPG, as far as I know, it might be entirely reasonable for me to just go ahead and leave. But I'm gonna go ahead and see this out. Looks like this is the description that I missed at first. Wizards have the ability to learn a staggering number of spells, but they are limited by the capacity of their grimoires. At any given time, a grimoire may contain only 4 spells of each level. Click on a spell in the right panel to remove it from the grimoire. Add spells to empty slots by clicking the spell in the left panel. Alright. Let's go ahead and take a look inside this inn. Get us a little bit of recovery after a long and hard day of watching a bunch of corpses be in a tree and then arguing with drunk people. Welcome to the Black Hound. Relatively small area. Okay. Zoom in a bit. Get a better view of what we're in for. Moving in. Even we're in full formation, even though we're in the middle of town. I wonder if I should have let's create a custom. Let's go ahead and create a custom formation for when we're just in there we go. I'll use this formation when we're not in a combat scenario, so that we look normal in town. The wolf's always at my side, and we have our friend trailing behind. I'll look less like a crazy person walking around town now, not being in battle formation all the time. Hello, Pasca. Who are you?
Gods keep you.
Oh, greetings and welcome to the Black Hound Inn. The innkeeper bows her head curtly. Please, sit where you like. Would you like a drink or a room? We have 2 available at the moment. I'm afraid we can't offer much by way of a good meal today. She sighs. Unless you're fond of cold porridge. I could probably ask some questions about here before we just completely move on. Let's see. I could use some reliable help. Do you know of anyone looking for work? That could be handy, because I don't really have a party. Huh. Oh. Well, I wouldn't say I can speak from experience, but we do have certain sorts coming by looking for work from time to time. If you want to hire someone, I'd be happy to send them your way. Let me see what I have to work with. Level 1 adventurer, 250 copper. You don't have enough money to recruit a level 1 adventurer. So, we could actually get some help here if we could just make some money first. Alright, well, what can I make off of some of these things I could potentially sell? They're not great pieces of equipment for me, because I'm more of a ranger type. I might keep the daggers around, because those are probably good for my... Those might be good for my build, but I don't have a lot of use for, like, battle axes and things. So what can I get for some of these larger weapons that are from my unfortunately deceased party members? Maybe a little bit of wolf hide. There we go. I can left click to just send it down there. Oh, some of this armor will work better. Brigandine. Let's see. Leather armor for 6. Scale armor for 7. We have a lot of different pieces of equipment here. Hide armor. You're pretty much garbage, I think. Recovery crystal might be smart to keep around. Beer is worthless, so I'll keep it. Torch. Let's see. I don't have immediate use for a shield, really. At some point, I just don't necessarily have a place to keep everything. The Brigandine armor I'll keep around because that's nice. That's some nice heavy armor if I need to equip someone in heavy armor. But for everything else, I can make 150 copper here. Let's see. I could sell the chisel for 10, but that'll probably come in handy at some point. So bam, look at all that money. So from party management, no companions available to hire. Okay. From the party management screen, you can see what your allies are up to when they aren't in the party. If you've assigned them to adventures, you can see how long it will take for them to complete the assignment. Recalling a companion or adventurer from a mission before it is complete will forfeit all of the potential rewards of the assignment. Interesting. You can send them on missions, but first I need to actually gain allies. Wait, did I make a mistake here? Camping, it was to say, inns allow characters to rest without using camping supplies. Cheap rooms are usually available, but if you have copper to spend, you may consider more expensive options. The bonuses they provide last a long time and affect the entire party. Did I misread that? Did I only sell like 150 copper worth of stuff instead? I thought I was making some good money there, but I might have misread something, because it looks like I only made enough for 200. I could use another companion here. Oh. Wow. So if we want to rest, it's going to be kind of expensive. Unless I just want to do a common room, which I think I will. If I get enough money, I'll try to hire a new person, because I could use a warrior type. If I can. Rest in the common room for 0 copper? Alright. I'm surprised that they even allow you to rest for no copper. Oh wait, the common room. They don't mean common quality room. They mean the common room as in I'm gonna rest here in this room full of tables in public. Well, everything else is kind of expensive. Your sleep is restless and fevered, assaulted by hisses and whispers, blanketed with a suffocating anxiety. You open your eyes to awaken and find yourself in front of Gilded Vale's gallows tree, the creaking of its ropes growing louder in your mind until the sound is deafening. Hanging from the tree is an old dwarf woman whose face has shriveled inward like moldering fruit. Her head hangs limply to one side. As you look at her, she looms larger and larger in your mind until she is mere inches from your face. Suddenly her head snaps up and her eyes open, and they are empty, and behind them is a vast nothingness that makes your stomach drop. Her mouth slowly parts, and with a gust of rancid air she speaks a word. Watcher. You jolt awake, the foul smell of the dwarf woman's breath still permeating your nostrils. Sweat runs down your face in thick droplets, and your skin is soaked from head to toe. You remember the woman. You remember seeing her decaying face when you spoke with the magistrate. He called her an animancer. Though it fills you with a new, queasy apprehension, you feel a strange compulsion to see this woman once more, if only to confirm she is truly dead. Wow. We're off to a great start. We're having a great time here, having horrifying visions, losing our goddamn minds, no big deal. Alright. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Anyone to meet around here that I can talk to? Anyone seen Pearly around? He's usually drinking his head off at this hour of the day. Orland server. Beg pardon, sir, I don't have much time for talking. Nice and dry in here. I think those are just... yeah, they don't seem to be any particular kind of person. Anyone seen Pearly? That's the same comment again. Everyone knows this Pearly fellow, don't they? So let's check out upstairs, just because I'm here. We might as well see what's there. They see me loading. Oh, there we go. Alright, so this thing says, what's that story you told again? With the tall fellow and the wee lass? You mean the Amana champion and the Orland cabin boy? What? No, not... well, hold on. Tell us that one first. Are they going to tell the story? Oh god. Nope, they're just repeating. Okay. It's a very large person and a small, more vulnerable whoa. Ooh, I might be able to lockpick this one. Should I try? Am I gonna get noticed? What's this over here? The Deerwood, Part 1, Early Colonial History, and... oh, lockpicks. More lockpicks, which the lockpick.
Time to see and not be seen.
And go into stealth mode briefly, select my rogue character, and see... what's it say, actually? Crammed behind the books is a drawing that shows Athos and Lord Redrick in a compromising position. Oh my. So can I lockpick? Lockpicked, 2 difficulty, 20 experience earned. What do I get? What do I get? What do I get? What do I get? I get a rapier. And padded armor, durability, damage reduction of 4, recovery speed 20%. So we're going further and further in the direction of low armor but higher recovery speed. So you really have to figure out how you want to handle this. Duelist's hat. 10 copper. Hats come in many different shapes, sizes, and a wide array of colors. Deerwoodians are known for their modest rustic hats, while Valians are associated with broad-brimmed hats featuring a variety of exotic plumes. Should I give my character a sweet duelist hat? Sounds kind of fun. That is the wrong screen. Hang on a second. Inventory. There we go. Where my duelist hat at? Is it not... Where my duelist hat at? Am I missing it somehow? Let's kind of stack the lockpicks. I cannot. They have to be in stacks of 4 or less. Did I somehow not... I must have not picked it up. Oh, that's what happened. I'm an idiot. Okay. Let's put on that sweet hat. Yeah! They're gonna find me at the bowl of the pot is... Okay, so... I might be able to sell some of the stuff for more money, actually, which might help me get, That might help me with, trying to hire someone new. Don't see anything else around, so we're just gonna go ahead and leave stealth mode.
Sure.
My styling new hat. How you guys doing down here? Oh. Sila Amin, as you near, you feel a vibrant history contained in the essence of this woman's soul. Voices from its past seem to call out to you. I should reach out, just see what happens. You see a long empty road cutting through 2 large crop fields. The air is silent and the land seems too still for early afternoon. This woman walks slowly on the road, leading a horse, curiously looking around. She seems to sense something wrong, but is unable to discern what it is. She stops, sniffing the air, her nose high. Her brow crinkles, and she casts about, looking for something. The air is clear, no clouds. She sniffs again, still looking around, confusion clouding her face, mouthing a single word. Fire? She looks out across the fields, her confusion turning to fear. She holds her hand up to block the sun from her eyes and scans the fields again. Not finding what she looks for, she jumps onto the horse's back, and the fear quickly becoming panic. She kicks, sending the horse shooting down the path, which bends around some trees to see where the farmhouse should be. She pulls up short, horror now in residence on her face as she stares at the burning and charred mess that used to be her family's home. Tears well in her eyes as she kicks again, racing to the rubble. That's just a thing that happens now? Wow. Oh, these are all people. These aren't just some random assholes these guys all have names at least. Okay. So Sila Amin, Shane Shakes Merlin, and Deslok Najtep. Are these characters all going to have something happen if I try to click on them?
How may I help? Of course.
Okay,
No problem.
you guys are in my way. Let's just back you guys off. Switch to our main character so I can actually select properly. Alright. As you near, you feel a vibrant history contained in the essence of this man's soul. Voices from its past seem to call out to you. You see a man soar through the air, hitting a nearby wall with a nauseating crunch. He doesn't get up. His attacker, a burly, clean-cut warrior with a carnivorous grin, turns and shoves his fist into the stomach of another assailant, removing another from the impromptu brawl. The bar is a whirlwind of elbows, knees, fists, and feet, with no end in sight, and he is in his element. In the corner, 3 smaller men speak quietly, throwing malicious glances at the larger man in the center. He breaks a chair over a tattooed head, cackling. The trio position themselves in 3 parts of the room, and with a terse nod they charge. Unfortunately for them, the man sees them coming. Something in his eyes burns brightly, and all 3 slump to the ground in agony. That's all in their minds. The burly man bows to a room of unconscious and incapacitated before sauntering out, off-key whistling, trailing behind him. So this guy is some sort of, like, Psy Warrior type. He's got some sort of capability that go beyond just having the ability to fight one-on-one. Then we have Shane Shakes Merlian. Same thing again. You see an emaciated boy in chains, black holes for eyes, staring sightlessly at a wall. A man in a dark coat walks in, a scroll of an oddly shaped quill in his hand. The boy glances at him expressionless, a corpse waiting for animation. The man clucks at him, disapproval clear in his tone. The boy stands, limbs hanging. The man takes the quill and begins to write on the boy's chest, copying sharp, angular symbols from the scroll. The child doesn't flinch as the quill digs into his skin, drawing blood as it goes. The wizard finishes with a flourish and barks some arcane command, setting the symbols to glow dully. The boy cries out, knees hitting the stone hard, his chest burning black and red. Finally, the glow disappears, leaving only hard black scars etched into his skin. He slumps sideways, twitching, eyes facing the back of his skull. The wizard grunts, kicking him in the leg on his way out. The boy lies on the floor until dawn, eyes still black like holes, the twitches growing into convulsive shakes. Is that why his name is Shakes? Does his nickname come from the fact that he was experimented on in some sort of ritual? Anything going on back here? That's a black hound. Should I approach it? This hound stares intently at the covered window, head cocked as if waiting to hear a particular sound. It looks up when you approach and whines a low note, tail wagging slightly. Do I pet the dog? Maybe. I like petting dogs. The dog's tail thumps happily against the floorboards. Ah.
Yeah?
What can we find around here? These bones are covered in tiny bite marks.
Got it.
Is this an abandoned dog? Now that I remember the tab button, I want to take a quick look around to see if there's anything else noteworthy around here. Let's see. Roaches scatter and flee under the crates. Alright, that's fine. We'll just leave that for now. Hey guys, come on, let's go. I want to check out where this door goes. Oh, we're on a balcony. Alright. The balcony leads right outside. Alright, well. We're gonna want to figure out what's going on with that body and see if I can calm my nerves.